before leaving to emerge from a passageway beneath the snow. Unlike most other owls, this particular species hunts by day as well as night. This is a snowy owl. The scourge of Labrador's summer, but protector of the countryside as a wilderness, is the black fly above, which infests Labrador throughout the short, warm season and makes the region inhospitable to all but the most resolute of inhabitants. See, this is the black fly. The voracious Labrador mosquito is a menace second only to the black fly. This one above is attempting to bore its way through a thick woolen sweater. The mosquitoes on the right swarm over a tent screen. Ew, I don't want to be bitten by those. See all the mosquitoes swarming a tent screen? Only less numerous than the flies and mosquitoes, the well-named Labrador bulldog, a northern version of the horsefly, delivers a memorable bite. One explorer claimed that the insect bit off chunks of his flesh and flew into the trees to chew on them. Ew, I don't want to be bitten by those. In the flowing romantic dress of the early 19th century, John James Audubon was portrayed 8 years after the Labrador expedition by his son John. A member of the expedition, young John added some bird portraits of his own, those made by his father. This is John James Audubon. Ripley's route took the Audubon expedition into the Gulf of St. Lawrence as far as north as Labrador, which Audubon spelled Brasdor, along the southern coast of the Labrador Peninsula. Now officially part of Quebec, this area was then regarded as part of Labrador. On the return leg of the party put into ports along the Labrador coast, and that of the Newfoundland, which were then unknown to Audubon, still unnamed. This is the Ripley route. The eider duck's nest above fascinated with Audubon because of its lining of down, which the female right plucked from her abdomen. He also found that 1 week old eider ducklings were thickly covered with a soft and warm down. See, these are her eggs. And this is an eider duck. Kind of like the female ducks I see. While going ashore to investigate Labrador's bird life, Audubon and party were themselves investigated by seals like those above. Inquisitive creatures, the harp seals of Labrador frequently rise up from the water, look about and noiselessly sink below the surface. The seals gather on Labrador's ice floes left in winter. They mate and give birth here, and in summer return north, some of them traveling as far as the Arctic Circle. See the seals rising up? And they're on ice. Audubon was pleased with the sonorous note of the snow bunting. This one pauses en route to its nest with a meal for its young. It's got some worms or something in its mouth. On one island, Audubon saw Atlantic puffins, breeding in great numbers in long burrows that ran like tunnels in every direction. See all the puffins? A fast-moving gale sweeps down the Labrador coast at Cape Makovic. Audubon was continually awed by such sudden storms. That's a bad storm. Along the coast of Labrador, Audubon saw numerous gyrfalcons, Falco rusticulus, like the quarreling adults in the right. In his journal, he observed that the flight of this handsome predator resembled that the peregrine falcon was more elevated, majestic and rapid, hovering high over their prey. Audubon noted gyrfalcons would descend almost perpendicularly on their unsuspecting victims. These are gyrfalcons. Scouting for birds ashore, Audubon found these Lincoln sparrows, Melospeza lincolni, a pendant and pungitia species. He called them on June 27, 1833. I found it to be a species which I had not previously seen. Audubon wrote it in his journal and named it Tom's Finch, in honor of one of his assistants, Tom Lincoln. See the bird? In composing to his painting left of the white-winged crossbill Lexia lectocoptera, Audubon did on the red-bodied males first. Later, he added the yellow-breasted female top, the immature crossbill center, and the leaves on small cones of Labrador's mountain elder, Alanus crispa. This is the male, and this is the female. Early on the morning of July 18th, in Labrador's coastal marshes, Audubon spotted some boreal chickadees, Paris hansicanus, and sketched them, completing the painting above. Aboard Ripley 2 days later, the fruit on which they are feeding on is black chokeberry, Aronia melanocarpa. This is the black chokeberry they're eating. One special reason for Audubon's expedition was to preserve the red-throated loon, Gavia stellata. By mid-May, these birds had flown north from the latitude of Boston and to study their habitats at this season. Audubon explained, we must follow them to the islands in the mouth of the broad St. Lawrence, or the granitic rocks of Labrador. He found these loons on the coast in July and painted the 2 adults in the water in breeding plumage beside one chick. The loon in winter plumage left apparently was added to the painting later. This is the painting he did. On the high and desolated